traditional currencies have been known for depreciating over time. But cryptocurrencies are designed in such a way that over time they'll be increasing in value. So as he was talking about the limitation to how many Bitcoin, for instance, can be produced, there are only 21 million. So once it is produced, all of that is mined. Then if demand is rising above supply, then automatically the value will be going up.
Okay.
So these are some of the advantages. And also, when you trade in this thing, you can transfer a lot of money value across the world without restrictions.
Okay. Yeah.
You can send millions and billions of dollars across the world without any restrictions, because nobody is regulating it. It's not passing through any third-party institution, and also at a very minimal cost, very small cost. For instance, it's just around $0.2 if you transact business with Bitcoin, for instance. If you are sending $1 million, $1 billion, or just $1, you are paying that little amount of money. So these are some of the advantages.
Now, disadvantages.
Disadvantages, one, you can invest in a cryptocurrency today, and tomorrow the value will go down 10%, 20%, 50%. Let's take, for instance, Bitcoin. About 11 months ago, it was at an altitude of about $20,000.
Okay.
Today, as we speak, Bitcoin is hovering around $4,000.
Wow.
So if you bought it at that altitude, you have lost about 80% of
your...
And then number two, if you forget your private key, there's no way anybody can help you.
Okay.
Your private key to your wallet.
You lost all your money.
Yes. The money is locked there. You cannot access it.
Wow.
And number three, if you die accidentally without revealing your private key to anybody, the money is locked up.
Wow.
Nobody can access it.
Wow.
So these are the three main disadvantages.
Wow.
And also, if you get involved without gaining the knowledge, people can defraud you. Like people are doing right now. Bring money, will trade and give you so and so. Because you don't understand the technology, you send the money and then the person absconds with it. Okay. These are the main disadvantages.
All right, let me quickly do a few of the messages here. Now, this one says, good morning. You didn't tell us where you're sending from, but it says, this goes to Mr. Luchu. He says, please, how much do I need to start in Ghana cedis?
There's no minimum.
It doesn't come in currency, right?
Yeah, you can purchase it in any currency, but because we are in Ghana, in Ghana, the cedi is the legal tender currency that we receive. So there's no minimum amount.
Okay.
You decide on what you want to do in the cryptocurrency market, and then you decide how much you want to put in there.
All right. Now, this says, Reverend Mr. Luchu, now, good morning. The cryptocurrency trade in Ghana, is this different from the Bitcoin? I think he's answered that. Because Bitcoin traders duped us in Ghana here. I lost a lot of money through Bitcoin. I just invested in May this year, and within 15 days, they told us that they are doing maintenance. Till today, nothing is happening. Please investigate Mr. Luchu. Please investigate Mr. Luchu. And then Reverend, doing well. This is John from Northern Region. Can you help him out? How does he handle this?
There's no way I can help her.
He's called John from Northern Region.
John from Northern Region. Unless he can find out where the perpetrators of that act are, and accost them using the law enforcement.
Do you have things like maintaining the network and all that?
That is what they do, the scammers.
Okay.
They tell you that we are maintaining the website. Okay. So the website goes off for a few days, comes back. Then they tell you, oh, withdrawals will be enabled very soon. And then all of a sudden it goes out again. And then they disappear.
But if you're on a blockchain, can't you detect?
No, as I said, I have sent the money to him.
Okay, so it's an individual thing.
It is in his wallet. Okay. So he decides to abscond with it.
So based on this comments and all that, Reverend, what would you advise if an individual wants to go into it? I mean, I'm not reluctant. I want to go into it. What would you advise such a person? For example, John's case like this, people would say I want to maintain, but it's an individual transaction you're doing.
Yes, boss, Captain, you are doing well. I think your questionings are very, very, very good. Now, going forward, I think my brother have a full knowledge about the internet and how it's being played to his advantage. But generally speaking, in the Institute of Chartered Economists Ghana, we've made some research recently concerning this, and I think in collaboration with the Eben Consult, we came out with a publication for a special advice to the central bank. I think about 80% of Ghanaians who go into this ended up being defrauded.
Really? 80%?
Yes, because a lot of people don't have the technological know-how And my simple question is, what do you want to go and do there?
Yeah.
If it's something that you want to buy from the net, just buy.
You know.
Some people, it's all about greed.
Yeah.
So some people don't really sit down. As my brother sat down, knows the in and out of the business. They only thought that, it's just a business. If you put your money out there, in a year's time, you will be able to get a value like this, even though there is no fixed interest.
Yeah.
You can lose the value. People don't even know. So at the end of the day, I advise people to take their time.
Okay.
Even though I know, as a financial analyst, I know this is traded globally, but on hot grounds. But let me tell you, there is one thing.
Yeah.
Last weekend, that was last Thursday, we had some guests from USA.
Okay.
And I do consult them on this cryptocurrency. I said it seems like we are free for now, but it's like the global financial engineers wanted to track people who are really fraudsters from their different countries.
Okay.
So a time will come, they'll say they have a problem with the network. And now governments will now be able to track and know the number of the populace who are trading and how much money they have. For instance, if government is able to track, if they said there is a failure or a breakdown, or like how we have the global crunch in 2008.
It was terrible.
Yes, it was terrible. So such things can also happen. The internet can crash down. And when that happens, then the government now have access to be able to know, I have about 8 billion. And then they'll begin to ask me the source of funding. And I think the special prosecutor, we've seen that much about 186 million Ghana cedis. And these are all meant to acquire equipment, sophisticated equipment. So if you are going genuinely to just trade, fine. But if you are just stealing money so that for the intention of hiding it there, then time will tell.
Okay. Mr. Luchu, what are the reasons why somebody will go into this? Like Reverend is saying, is it just for trade or just to enrich myself?
The number one reason why people enter the cryptocurrency market is to get rich. Because that is what they've heard. Let me cite an example. I read about the story of a Norwegian student who purchased just $17 worth of Bitcoin. And then 4 years later, he forgot totally about the entire thing because he used it for his project, for his thesis. And then after that, he forgot about everything. 4 years later, he was watching CNN, and there it was, Bitcoin. The value was very high. If he looked for his private keys, when he entered, $17 turned into $860,000.
Wow.
In a space of 4 years. In which financial institution, in which business can you have such returns? So when people hear about these huge returns, and I can tell you about a friend of mine who bought $5 worth of one little currency. The money was just lying idle. He decided to push it there. 3 months later, that $5 had turned into over $700.
That's a true.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. So when people hear about these things, they know that there's quick money. They believe that there's quick money in there. And then the fraudsters know that people are greedy. They want to be rich quick. So they use this to lure them in and then defraud them.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you are going in there with the notion of getting rich, it is not a get rich quick something. You can get rich very quickly. You can invest in something little, and a month, 2 months, 1 year later, it has been turned into something big.
All right.
But that is not the number one motive, reason why some of us get into it. Some people get into it for the anonymity. They want to hide their financial information.
That's it.
Some get into it because of trade. So that they can avoid all the trade, the barriers.
Those of you on the network, those of you on the crypto network, how do you check these fraudsters? Do you have a way of doing it?
There is no way of doing it. There's no way of doing it unless you can access the IP address of the one doing it. But they hide behind the VPS, virtual private networks, and so on and so forth. They hide the identity. They hide their location, and then even the website they are using. You can't actually pinpoint who owns the website or where it is residing. So there's no way you can track them. But I believe that gradually, as I said, in America, everything you are doing is in the public domain. You are being viewed. Websites that you go to, and what you do at those websites. So in America, for instance, the dealing in cryptocurrencies is very difficult. So you get to certain exchanges, they tell you if you're an American citizen, then don't register.
Oh, okay.
Because in America you are being tracked.
Okay, all right. Now, Reverend, there's a little delicate question. Now, of course, we would like to detach, maybe governance and institutions would like to detach themselves, and your organization, the bankers, your association and all that, would like to detach themselves from things like this because it's an individual thing. But do you think moving forward we can have certain organizations